Hi, Jim. It's me, Sean Carson, doing a sketch for Jim Walko. This is the Zabbit. And, well, I haven't drawn this guy in, I don't know, 15 years? 20? No. I drew him earlier, so I suppose I'd say 10 years at least. So I'm getting refreshed. I had to look him up, make sure I'm doing him right. I had him kind of memorized, but a break. Now, what to draw, I don't know. I'm just going to make a Zabbit head, face. What should we be doing? How about we create, let's get the basic. Here's the head. So I got to go about here so I can get this giant ears in. Ears, but what could he be doing? Can't go any lower than that. So, this is the thought process. I was just sitting there. I should have planned something out. Right now, I'm just going to go for it. Let's do him. Something. Let's have him. I don't know why, but I'm going to have him peeking his hand at something. Like he cut a little butterfly, a bug. I don't know. We'll figure that out in a minute. Here's his hand. Here's his thumb. Here's his face. He's got that spiky hair. Remember the big cheeks. That little triangle nose right here. And the big old eyes. He's got the nice eye. Make sure I get this flat on the bottom. Little cheeky cheek. So should we make a smile, but maybe kind of a, I don't know. The smile's pretty small here. Get him kind of, could he be looking at? I'm gonna get to the side of his head to get that fold. That's his eyebrow. Eyebrow. Nice big fluffy cheek. A little fluffy chin. Had the ear now. Strong characteristic of him. It's that dip in the middle is so big and fluffy and fat. Let me see the eyes. The eyes on this side is a little harder. Get like this. Fluffy cheek. It's little cheekbones. It's looking like a mouse. Let's make sure it looks more like a rabbit. But it kind of has this look. I'm just going to not connect that. This is what makes it look. There's no connection there. I'll make it more like this. The ear's going to help a lot. This ear is going to be the inside of the ear. Flipped around to the back side of the ear. This is the back side of the ear. Flipped around to the inside of the ear. Let's make his shoulders all hunched up like he's got a secret something. I don't know what. It's the fingers in here. Little thumb. Something magical hiding in his hand. Shoulders here. This is gonna be arm. So what has he got? I don't know. If there's a live thing, I'd have people say, give me comments. What do you want to see him in his hand? And you don't have to ignore the rude comments, I suppose, but hopefully it won't be like that. Cheek, little cheeky cheeks. Let's get rid of the shoulder in front, back, start cleaning up all these scribble lines I started with. The spiky hairs. One of those things that makes him different is this really large spiky hair he's got. The front one's the biggest one. So technically, well, the other one is not the biggest one. That one. So I'm looking at two old copies of one I had of him. I'm trying to, close to those two, but there's so many more copies of them. It gets this little eyebrow, big eyes looking in here. He's excited about something. So he's got his little tongue in there, his opening. Little tooth. Does it go to the other side? Technically, I usually did, so I guess that's what I'm doing there. This is a mechanical pencil. We don't have to use this. Now, when it gets to the nose, looks like I gotta get much closer together here. Make it look a little more like him. And you gotta get this little thicker part here. No eyelid above that. Looks like a girl. I'll show lashes. Not too much those lashes. I'm looking at the TV screen because I can see stuff better there sometimes. The thing about him, he's got a certain pattern to his stripes. And this is where I got to look at the reference. He's going to have 3 on the back of his wrist. 1, 2, 3. And then the shoulders are 2 over, 1 under. Where's it at? Oh, I don't have a shoulder for that one. So I'm just going to guesstimate what it was. It's 1 on the shoulder here, 1 here. I think there's 3 on top. The sides, those ears are in the way, so it's got a nice... They're so big they're going to curve back on each other like that. Have a little flip to it. Woohoo. Nice wide ear. This had a certain pattern too. That I definitely want to look at because I don't remember the pattern of that one. Inside the ear. Connected to the face there. I got a letter already. And right here I like to put spikes. At the edge here. At the edge there. Spikes here, then over here. Underneath, get the thickness. This one just mimic the other side. Curl it up. Get a little cheek like that. That's more like a... And it's whiskers. Fluffy, fluffy, fluffy. And then his other shoulders go down like this. This is inside. His hands, I think I did them smaller, but let's just do this. Cup this one in. A little bit of a thumb. Some knuckles. Keep it pretty soft. This hand's going under. This thumb going under here. So fingers tucked under there. A little big. What could be in this hand? Got something you don't see. You just have a glow. A little ladybug. A little chick. What could be in his hand? Anything in the story I can pull out of that? Could be a quirk. It's another story we're working on. Let's do a little chick. A little baby chick. Little baby bird he found or something. He fell out of a tree or something. I don't know. If you can see that, I guess you can. Okay. The eyes. Just look at that definite look. You have to highlight. Man, I'm running out of light. Highlight. Pupil. So we're going to get this. Looking down all the way to the corner, I guess. It's got to look into his hand. This is the highlight on the side. This is the highlight there on this side. Looks cross-eyed. That's the hard part about this. You gotta look down, but it can't make him cross-eyed. So I gotta move this over this way. Get the cross-eyed look. So it looks a little cross-eyed, so look down on this one more too. So it's not going into the other eye as much. Well, how much blue did I put in there? I think they're a little big. That's my problem. Maybe about here. Highlight. Big old pupil. Big old pupil. There, it's a little more friendly. Looks kind of mad, so I gotta keep this friendly looking. And usually I put a little cheek here. Going backwards there a little bit. Not always, but I need to help with this. Let's get this to have a little bit of a, wasn't a total circle. It's this little flat part here in front I used to do. Forgot this part. It's not, it's like this. one of the characteristics of his eyes that makes it him. Looks more, I don't know, older. Instead of being round, it comes up here. Kind of gets the hint of maybe lashes. His eyebrows are going to be like 1, 2, and then back, and then a little down. Raise him up a bit, like he's a little bit excited. Eyelids. You can see it pretty good. Okay. I cannot believe how fast I'm using this lid up. This is totally dented. Man, how'd that happen? What's it got? Oh, broke it off. See, the tip's bent, so I gotta find the bend. And man, this is strong. How'd that bend in the first place? Can't even straighten it. Oh my gosh, all the lights breaking everywhere. I think it's because of the bend. That's why it keeps breaking. Okay, it's fluffy in the shoulders. It's got that stripe in the belly, stripe in the sides. Again, there's a certain pattern. Some go in, some go back. It's not showing that part again. I can't see it. Let's do this. This part, though, I have the first set going here. Then you have this posing coming from this side. And you're kind of coming from the opposite side. Coming from this side again. I'll do 2 in a row somewhere. Where's the 2 in a row? Can't see it. Let's put 2 here and then 1 here again, then a little black at the tip. This side you can see it here. You can see in the back. Starts with going forward, and this one going back. And this has 1 here. Maybe point, and 1 here. Little dark tips. There we go. This is pretty much the Zabbit. Now I can do a quick little shading. I don't want to get too far. This is an example of what we're doing. Where could he be? Let's maybe say he's, I don't know, up in a tree, and there's a nest here, and that's where he got it out of, the nest. And there's some eggs that haven't hatched, and he's an early hatcher. And he's screaming, and his brothers and sisters aren't there to help him out. And so Zabbit shows up to calm him down. Okay. Looks good. Now let's just make a quick sketch just to finish it off. Just so it looks a little bit more finished. We're not going to finish this all the way. Just the darker blue eyes, which would be gray. Nice pupils. Let's get the under here is gray. Inside the ear. Under here, inside the ear. Let's get really smeary and dirty at this point. To get this to show up, I'm going to get under his chin to his face, shows up a little better. Get the stripes. So these are going to go with the way the fur goes. So not just solid. This is what I do usually in the finished one too. All my sketches and stuff, I'll color them not the direction that they go. I don't go this way. I go with the fur, how you'd pet them or how you'd stroke the fur on an arm, kind of. So these go this way. Up here, this triangle goes this way. This goes down this way, up into here somewhere. I'm gonna have to buy a new pencil already. I can't believe I broke this one. Dropped it or something. Goes to the point, goes to the point here, goes to the wide spot over here. This goes this way, that's this way, that's this way. I got too much length or something here, but we're not worried about it today. The little black tips that he has. Here and here. And then some, do the back stripe here. Stripe here, and then we'll just do a little shadow under the arm. Bring that forward on the belly because he's kind of in the leaves still a little bit here. Has to go behind him. It's like up near the top of the tree, I suppose. A branch or two kind of coming up. Let's do a little shadow for the nest. Maybe his brother's cracking. He's not quite out yet. Brother or sister. Okay, leave. And then we'll get into here, back into a little shadow. So he's going into the lashes. That's pretty good. Now let's clean this up a little bit. Should go over the fingers and make this a little bit more just designed in a little better. Let's get a little bend, like it's bent, like it's cupped. A little flare in the thumb. The hands will be pretty thick and chubby, looks young. He's not old, but he's not a little baby either. But make it feel young. Spiky chairs and chin. Now to finish stuff, I like to do a nice bold outline. This thing is just not working. I gotta go to the 4B. And I do this at the end and get a nice edge. This part. Make this really pop, even though it's broken. I still want to break it up a thick line. This part in here, I got the little thicker at the edge. Helps define stuff. Start seeing that's the edge of the eye. It's the outside. I think the outside gets a little thicker and bolder line. Try to keep that loose. That's a sketchy quality in here. Helps kind of turn it under. This goes under. It just finishes it off a little bit. It's one of those things that you don't always need it, but every time I don't do it and I do it, I was like, wow, that makes it pop. A lot of times I don't do it. I'll do it like with shading and stuff, but it's just a quick sketch. It's always important I do this so I can see it pretty good. And then the leaves would be here. Let's define the eggs a little better. Put the top of the basket, top of the nest, top of some of these leaves too. And there's bodies in these leaves, so I gotta cover that up. And some leaves back here. And then the hand. That's why I gotta be careful. Kind of delicate, so I want that bold here. The thumb, definitely the outside. Get a hint of the dump. Knuckles. I'm flaring up there. Get a little bit of a knuckle there, and a little chicky just to pop it out a little bit. A little birdie. I'm keeping it chicky. So maybe robin or something. Oh, they're on the eyes too. Don't forget that. Really pop those eyes out. And that's it. This came out pretty cool. Now, I forgot one more thing. Stripes on his face. What are the stripes doing? They got 3 from the side. I got the one going. They always go down, right? Yeah. One here. One here. And one that's underneath. Can't quite see that last one. Maybe peeking here a little bit. And then the forehead got, I believe it's 3. Oh, I just like 1 in the middle and 2 on the sides. That's the Zabbit look. And a little bit of shading. Go in the ear a little bit here and here. It looks like it's kind of a hole. Maybe a little bit of a cast shadow under the hair. This is actually light. Keep that white. And does it have this charm? It has this character? I guess it does. And the last thing would be whiskers. I don't know if you need them on this, but 2 little whiskers. And then we'll shade a little bit here and under here a bit. But this isn't all about shading and finishing. It's about just a quick sketch to show you the Zabbit and a quick lesson how I would usually think and draw and put it up. His ears could be even bigger. He's got huge ears. They're good enough for now though. This is probably a little bit off, maybe a little smaller in the head. Generally has his look. Let me hear a little bit. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Jim. I'll see you later. Just wanted to do this quick sketch. Show you some fun stuff we can do with this. Let me go ahead and even though it's not done, it's a cool little sketch. So that was fun. I haven't drawn in a while. I still love them. It's still fun to draw. Talk to you soon. How do I turn this off? Bye.